welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're tuning in. This is going to be something different, a little something different. I was sitting here thinking I was going to be doing all of my Money Matters readings and how the economy's looking and what's going on with your money according to your astrology sign, your career. And I heard the dogs and the cats and the birds and the bees and the trees and the High Pyrenees had something to say and they wanted to talk. So here I am, Diane Lupo of Inner Voice Reiki. I welcome you, and let's see what your favorite fur friend might have to say. I really enjoy communicating with the animals. Hey, Jasmine, good evening. And you know, if you don't have anybody on the Rainbow Bridge or Diane, help. Sharon, I don't think I could help anybody. Wow. I'll tell you. Hi, Carol Caparco. Is anyone else feeling like, woo, today was crazy? You know, I'm so tired of saying it, crazy energy, but we really are at a historical time, according to the astrologers, and they seem to know what they're talking about, and they've been calling things pretty good. The energy's just been wacky. And I came to this table, I can't even tell you how many times today. I had a couple of interludes where I thought I could catch up and get ahead and do some extra readings for you about finances and career. And I couldn't get there. And I prayed, put on my rosary beads, and I prayed some more. Then I did a little ritual with the holy water. I don't have a candle lit because I ran out of matches because I've been lighting candles. Look at this. I've been lighting Palo Santo like crazy. I think I have a little sore throat from all the Palo Santo I lit. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just go to bed and I'll get to it tomorrow. But hey, Jackie, and hi, Tink. Hey, Mikey boy, how's it looking, huh? We're here. We're going to read about our pets. So Sharon Cerullo, I saw you've been wanting this for a long time. Oh, that's awesome. Sometimes animals come through. And I've learned actually a lot more from the animals because, they don't have that filter that we have as human beings. And sometimes I feel spirit, but they're like hesitant to come through me, or they're checking out what's going on, and they don't talk right away. And then I have others like Carol's parents are always chatty Cathy's, and they've always had a lot to say. I think they were one of the first real couples that had a lot to say through me. So I get excited about it because I'm not a medium, but I do channel. And so it's interesting to me, and I'm learning about the other side and energy when I ask them questions. But animals just come through and are just free and happy, and and I'm wondering, have any of you gotten signs from any animals who have passed on? And if you're here and you don't have an animal who's passed on you want to hear from, if you want to hear from a different message, I'm game for that too. So you can write your question in the feed, and I will get to it, I hope. I'm gonna read as long as I can, which is the deal here. I always try to go as long as I can for you guys and for the energy, for whoever is there or around me who wants to connect with you. I'm just the middleman, right? I'm just the conveyor belt. so that's the way it is. But animals sometimes, they take over. They come in and they have a story. And I remember it was a long time ago when I had one of my teachers, Paula, I can't reach the picture, but she channeled my pets, and they weren't dead yet, but she would just talk to them, and she was a true, 24/7 medium, all day long, that was her. And when she talked about my Stella, she talked like that. And I thought it was the strangest thing. And part of me was like, is that for real? Like, does my cat really talk like that? Well, I got to tell you, since I've been hearing from animals, they do have distinct ways of communicating. Now, is that their persona on the other side? Probably not. It's probably what they feel they have to present to me so I understand their energy. And sometimes I just hear, because I've always been clairaudient. I have always heard things, and I didn't understand it till I was in 10th grade in high school, and I was taking a psychology class, and my teacher had me write this paper, and I talked about my experiences with hearing things, and then I found out that they really were said, or things really happened, or it would happen soon after I heard it. So he's the first one who said, okay, you have to go to the other section of the library. We have one shelf that was New Age, they called it. And that's when I got to read about the clairaudience, clairvoyance, all that stuff, clairsentient. So it's interesting to me when the animals come through. So I'm going to pray that all your people, animals, whatever message you need for tonight comes through. And look, guys, I saw some posts on Facebook that some people are getting afraid and they're wondering, like, are we going to have World War III? We've been in World War III for a while now, just so you know. It's been playing out. And that's the good versus evil kind of thing. It's a different kind of war. It's not going to be like, what you may have read about in the books. It's a different time. It's like everything is changing and clearing out. Things are being cleansed, I feel, in some way, and exposed. And the astrologers, I watched Saturday morning, I get to, they all put out something for Saturday morning. I got to hear quite a few of them. And they're all saying the same thing, that with the way the astrology is, truth has to come out now. It's going to be ugly, and we're going to hear things that are not wonderful, but fear should not be a part of it. And if anyone's trying to make you afraid, or you see a post and you become afraid, let it go. Just really work on focusing on your own little bubble, your own little space, and staying as positive as you possibly can, because it will just feed that energy, okay? So you have confusion over Bubba and Daisy. And did you have another question of wanting animal? Okay, so Sharon, what is your question? I'm going to start with Sharon, and then Courtney, write your specific. Oh, you were talking about so you already got signs from your dog. You found a heart-shaped rock. Oh, I love that. That happened to me on my birthday when I turned 50, I believe. It was my 50th birthday. And we went down to Narragansett Beach in Rhode Island, and it was very cold. We had winter coats on, and the wind was blowing, and we're walking along the beach, and I was missing my mom, and I was thinking about my mom. And I looked down, and there was this big heart-shaped rock, which is still, I have it right out front, right outside my window, under my red maple tree. So I think of her whenever I see that. And let's see. I feel like I failed my Bubba. I have confusion over Bubba and Dale. In what way, Sharon? Like, what do you want to know? Because when you ask them directly, they answer. They're going to tell you what, like, you were a bad mom or you were a good mom. I've never heard you. Luckily, I haven't had any animal tell me that their owner was bad. I did have some complain about their food. I had some complain they didn't go to their park enough. And I had some complain because one of their friends passed on and they missed them. And they wanted to see them again, so they didn't understand that they were in a different place. It was interesting. So, aren't you nice, Jennifer? I actually have my yard clothes on from this morning. Positive Mind Positive Mind shirt, and I thought, you know, you guys, I don't have to be dressed all the time, but these are my yard clothes. But as soon as I got all dressed, ready to go outside and finish what we did yesterday, it thundered, it poured. I didn't see the lightning, but we heard it. So it was not nice out today, but at least it's warm. So I'm grateful for that. All right, so let's see. I tried so hard in the end. I just want to hear the story and what could do better next time. Oh, I think the same thing, Sharon. It's so hard. You know, I've known so many people who, unfortunately, who've been through hospice, right? And I've always said, I wish we could do for people what we do for our animals. We take them when we know, like, they don't have any more fight, they're ready, they're tired, and I'm sure, and the vet told me that most people, 90% of the people who come in, are already a month past when the animal was actually ready to go. Isn't that an interesting observation? So we think like, oh my God, is this the right time? Am I doing the right thing? If you're there, it's the right time. You know, if you went through it, it was the right time. So, you don't know that. It's not, everything is, you know, divine timing. So don't beat yourself up over the timing of when you took them, or if you put them down, or if you should have put them down. You know, it's a beautiful grace, I think, from God that we can do that for our animals. And I wish we could do it for our people. But then, you know, there are times when I'm angry with my husband that I'm glad we don't have that freedom. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right, so Sharon, Bubba, and Daisy. Let me read for Bubba first, because you feel like you failed Bubba. And I feel like I failed my Bella, because I knew my Bella was sick for a while. But she kept her routine, and she was eating, and she wasn't losing weight until near the end. And then, you know, I wish I took her sooner, but I didn't. I wasn't ready. My family wasn't ready. And she hung in there for us, so I appreciate that about her. Bubba. What Bubba? I tried so hard. I just want to hear his story and what I could do better. All right, tell me about Bubba's story. Tell me about Bubba's story. Bubba, we want to hear from Bubba. Daisy, I'm going to read for you too, honey, so hang in there. And then I know quite a few of you now have some questions, so I'm going to get to you. All right. Temperance. Temperance. So, patience, temperance. Temperance is Bubba is with... Bubba is a hot shit. I'm going to say that. Bubba is a hot... I don't know if I can say S-H-I-T. So Bubba is a hot ticket. That's better. All right. Oh, my God. It's like, of course I had a good life. He's like, of course he is a Bubba. Of course I had a good life. I feel like his voice would be like a guy who smokes a cigar. That's what I feel like. And he's making me laugh. He's like, what is she talking? She's a little crazy, you know. So she's a little crazy, you know. Of course I had a good life. I had a great life. Look at this card. Look at his heart chakra. And I don't know if all of you know about this. I know my Reiki students here do. Courtney, Reiki master teacher, right? Animals, humans' chakras go front to back. So the crown goes straight down through the body, the spine, the main tandem, and all that stuff. Third eye, front to back. Throat, front to back. Heart, front to back. On a cat, dog, horse, they have 3 spots for the heart. And it creates like a triangle. Isn't that amazing? And I said, that's why they're of love. They have this huge heart chakra center. Oh, look at this. What a life he had. Temperance, the Fool, taking the leap of faith. He had issues. He had some health issues. He had some you didn't see. He had some aches and pains you didn't even know about, Sharon. But he had a great life. He had a joyful life. Oh, and he's sending you a gift. He's sending you like a thank you gift. Do you see this? I love these. I love these animals. He's sending you a thank you gift. The Seven of Pentacles, and he's telling you there'll be more. So if you're finding things, rocks, crystals, coins, Bubba has a lot to do with it. He's in between playing because he's having a heck of a good time on the other side. He has a lot of friends. Everybody was waiting for him to come. Do you see this, Sharon? Oh, you know, they don't have time there. So when he passed, it's like it could, to him, it could feel like it was minutes ago. And look at this. Here's the girl. Can you see this? There's the girl. And her heart is tied to his heart forever. Oh my God. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. You didn't do anything wrong, Sharon. The world. Everything was perfect. Everything happened when it was supposed to. The world. Everything happened in perfect timing. It was a great conclusion to a joyous, balanced, fun, happy life. He has no regrets. He has no regrets. Everything happened the way it could happen. You know, here's the thing we all forget. They're here as our guides. You know, I think cats even more so because they're like on another frequency. But dogs are here to make sure we get through this earthly experience. So I feel that those who are empaths or sensitives, or who have been, or who came here to Earth to experience trauma of some kind, I feel that our animals come to us to help us through that, to guide us through it. That's why I'm so happy now we have these therapy animals, and people have support dogs. And I know some people use them so they get better seats, and some people are just use it for status. But there are always going to be those people. Oh, there's always going to be those people. So let's overlook that, because maybe they're here to teach us even more patience and kindness and love, right? But our animals are here as teachers and guides and healers. So they're going to help us. Yeah, it was a tough decision, but you made the right decision. He already told you made and you torture yourself over the decision, but not after tonight. No more torturing yourself over the decision. You did not make a bad choice. No, you made the right choice. There's two dogs in that picture. So this is Five of Swords, but it would come out reversed here. So the Five of Swords reversed is like, all right, you did the best you could. You know, you were in your head, you were worried. And look at that. That's the only swords card here. You know, this is all hearts, pentacles, the world, major arcana cards. So the only problem with Bubba, it was you know, in your head, Sharon, and I get it. That's what happened to me and Bella. You know, I felt so guilty. Once I finally took her, I was killing myself. Like, why didn't I take her sooner? This cat's just been hanging in there so I could get to this point. And she suffered. She suffered for me. She suffered from my weakness, you know. But that was her job. Here's the point. That's her job. That was her purpose here. So by me and you and all you guys, if anyone else is sharing this experience, by you going through that experience, it's just like giving and receiving. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. By receiving, or by allowing them to give us a little more time so we can come to grips with the fact we have to take them somewhere to have them put to sleep. It is allowing them to fulfill their destiny. It's allowing them to fulfill their purpose, which is to help us to help us grow, to help us heal, to help us get through the difficult times. So if us carrying guilt is really misplaced, because their job, what they signed up for, was, yeah, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to help Sharon get through her life and her moves and her challenges. And when it's time to, I'm going to hang in there until she's ready to let me go. You know, pure and simple. That was Bubba's purpose. He loved every minute of it. There's no complaints here. And he's always going to be with you. So he's tied to you. He's got 1 foot in heaven, temperance, and 1 foot here on earth. He is in joy, playing, leap of faith, having a blast, looking forward to what's next, moving forward, I feel, and sending you signs and messages. He has no regrets. Now, Daisy. I feel Daisy is a different story. I'm going to just scroll down to see what... if he was abandoned and he was hurt by many people, you know, it's just like humans who come down here and they, you know, get hit by a car, or they get traumatized, or, you know, terrible things happen. It's in the news every day. I don't need to give you examples. Some of us come down here with the express purpose of having those experiences so that our souls evolve in amazing ways. It sounds horrific. Like, why do people choose to be born and then they're born and they're paraplegics? You know, or they, I did a lot of work with blind kids, and, you know, they would amaze me. They just always amazed me because they didn't care they were blind. They would do anything, you know, but they chose, they wanted that experience. Or kids who, you know, I used to do the cancer party at Hasbro every Christmas, and those kids, in the beginning when I started to do it, I didn't see too many the following year. But as things got better in medicine, I got to see families, you know, year after year. So the kids were making it and they were being cured, which was a miracle. But they signed up for that experience. And those parents signed up for that god-awful experience of having a sick child. So we all, as hard as it seems and as bizarre as it seems, who are we? We're souls having an earthly experience, and we chose which part in the play we wanted to experience. Our animals chose to come along with us to soften the blows, ease the breakup, ease the weeks of months of poverty or pain or anguish. You know, when you're sick, you know how your dogs and your cats stay right by your side. It's amazing. Daisy, where's Daisy at? How is Daisy feeling? How does Daisy feel about Sharon as a mother? You were a great mother, so Bubba had a heck of a life. Just said you're a little, you know, it was all up in your head. Daisy. It'll be funny to see how the difference of the dogs. Oh my God, look at Daisy. You can't make this up. Queen of Swords. When was she born? Was she an actual Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini? Queen of Swords. But she was the queen. Daisy was the queen. Bubba was the guy, but Daisy was the queen. 4 of Wands. She didn't want to go. She loved playing. She had a great life too. Look how happy this dog is. Seven of Cups. She had a lot of, she had so much energy, Daisy, but she wasn't as clear as Bubba as far as her purpose. Bubba was clear as a bell. Daisy was more, sometimes she didn't know what she was supposed to do. So she was a little bit more like you, Sharon. She had a lot of self-doubt. So that's interesting. She loved Bubba. Look at that, the Queen and the King. How were your animals taken care of. This is how they see themselves, the queen and the king. 8 of Wands. She had a great life. It was filled with love. It was busy. She said, you're busy, busy, busy. We were always busy. She just loved hanging out with other animals too. She liked when everybody was home. She liked when everybody was home. She liked when everybody was peaceful and together. She liked, the quiet TV time. Bubba liked the action and the 5, 6, 8 of Cups. Underlying. Oh, look at the 2 dogs. Are they both past? Because I feel like Daisy isn't where Bubba is yet, but she's getting there. She's getting to wherever Bubba is. They're both past. I feel Daisy's in a different place, but she's gonna be with Bubba soon. This is Jake and Lola. Whether she's just gonna check up or they're gonna play. They have a play date. There's something. She knows she's going to be seeing him. I think she's already seen him, but I can't tell if she's past. Is she past? Because I think cause I told you he has 1 foot here and 1 foot there, so he comes and plays or he hangs out with you, but she's not with him yet. So wherever she is, she's looking forward to when she can play with him again. I hope that makes sense. You didn't fail anybody. You were an incredible mother, and they want you to stop even thinking that. You gave them a great life. A great life. Really, a great life. Okay, let me go back. Anybody have a question? A couple that have passed Carol. Jasmine would like a reading on her career. Let's see, I have the life career cards. I want to take a little break from Bubba and Daisy. I hope that helps, Sharon. You didn't do anything. Life and career. Jasmine, career. Let's see. Animals. They only want me to read about the animals tonight. Told you they're wild. And this card fell out. It's only fair. Okay, your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. You understand animals, and they are actually part of your life's work. Trust them. I don't even know if you have an animal yet. Trust. Look at that. Trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. All right. The animals are giving you the reading. Body work. Your life purpose involves body work like massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, exercise training, could be directing, could be managing, leadership. You have to be in charge. You have to be the leader. Yeah, look at that. Builder, bodybuilding, and then builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So I feel like your career is going in the direction of more responsibility and more creativity, expanding in the creative department. And you're taking the lead on that. Infinite abundance. Holy moly. I didn't even know that card existed. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So make sure whatever you are doing, Jasmine, is aligned with what you really love, what rocks your boat, what you're passionate about. And that, writing. Writing could be, you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. And that doesn't mean you have to write a novel. It could be through your emails, through your director's notes, through, one card got left behind. It could be your correspondence with your coworkers. Spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So I do have you being a healer here. So whatever you do, your words in your messages, your writing is healing for those around you. But infinite abundance, that's what we got with that. Carol, I have 2 dogs. Okay, did you have a question? Carol Caparco. I have a couple that have passed. And Courtney, I was thinking of my dogs on New Year's Eve and talking to my friends about them at the Rock. Sharon, Cyrilla, Jennifer. Oh my, I want to know what my cat thinks of me. I would die. She's so sassy. Oh, this is good. What does Courtney's cat think about her? What does Courtney's cat think about her? There are some cats pictured in these cards, but it's the card itself. It's just animal spirit energy, though, that is in these cards. And I don't use them often. I use them only specifically for clients who I do pet readings and client and pet readings, and I believe all that. I put that pricing up at some point and that availability. So I do pet readings, and I could do a client and pet reading, or however it is. It's usually troubleshooting for illnesses that, unfortunately, I do a lot of that. But what does Courtney's cat, is her name Sassy? What's her name? Courtney, what is your cat's name? I know they can't talk. That is the hard part. Sometimes they'll talk to you in dreams, you know. So, so Daisy has passed. So I feel like Daisy's in like a place where maybe she's getting clear, getting her lessons maybe, but she's looking forward to going to be with Bubba. Now, and remember, it might be years and years and years, but to them it's, I just died, you know, and they don't have the time. So, Chloe. I thought of a question. I want to know if Chloe sent Mabel to me or if she is Mabel. Oh, yeah, I asked that a lot about reincarnation with pets. Some psychics don't believe they do. I do. I totally believe they do, because I've had animals tell me they were coming back. I've had animals actually say they're coming back. Like, give it a minute. I'm coming back. Tell my mom to get ready. I told my son Stella will be coming back to him at some point, because she was Fachi in the beginning, and she passed when he was 1, and she came back to him when he was 3, and she left him when he was 20. No, she came to him in 3rd grade. She came to him when he was, how old was he? I just got confused. She passed when, that's right, she passed in the first house, so she passed when he was 3, and she came back to him when he was 8 or 9, 3rd grade. She came back to him in 3rd grade, and she just left 20 years later. It's amazing, because she's his cat. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind, she's his spirit guide, and the communication's unbelievable. When you take a breath and just listen, they talk to you. Don't forget to Luke and subscribe. Is that like Luke Skywalker? May the force be with you, Michael. That's right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm glad you're writing in the comments. I appreciate it. But like, subscribe, share it if you want. If you want, have friends who have animals, and I'm going to try to do this for a little while here. I'll try to go faster so you guys aren't up till midnight. I thought of a question. When Chloe sent Mabel to me, or if she... Okay. Mabel. What's the deal with Mabel? How did she get here? Who sent her? Who is she really? Is she Chloe? Oh, it's like a mystery. Now this is intriguing, and I have to show you this. I don't know what color Chloe was. And I think Mabel's black, I think. But look at this card. Nine of Swords. So here's the dog sleeping, right? And Nine of Swords is like unfounded fear, like you're up worrying. And look at these two cats, black and white, yin and yang. This could very well mean someone is, came back. Oh, this is interesting. Nine of Swords, unfounded fear, unnecessary worry, unnecessary concern. Oh, I would say absolutely they're tied together. So here's the same card Sharon got from Bubba, but we're asking about Chloe and Mabel, and look at this, same heart. Same heart. Isn't that something? Something about the time, too. How long was it in between, Courtney? How long from when Chloe passed to when Mabel came in? Oh, so Chloe was the dog and Mabel is the cat. Well, souls. I don't, the vehicle they chose, dog, cat. All right. But they're tied. It very well could be. I think I'll come back as a cat. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, Mabel is liking her life. Queen of... She thinks she hit the mother lode. She's got everything she ever could dream of. She's got everything. Everything. The crown, the butterflies, the food, companionship, safety. Oh, fun. Eight of Wands. Knight of Swords. These two tied together. So look at this. So the Knight of Swords is a messenger. And if Mabel isn't Chloe, it was Chloe who arranged it. Like, oh, we got to get somebody down to Courtney because she needs some extra help. And anyone who knows Courtney knows that's true. Now, kidding, Courtney. The Knight of Swords, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm feeling like Chloe and Mabel are. There's a reason this came to me with the two cat spirits here, right? The two souls, black and white. There's the dog. Unfounded fear. Maybe Chloe was afraid to come back as a cat. Because this card is about unfounded fear. Maybe he was afraid to come back as a cat, but then once he got here, it was like, wow, this is even better. Cats have it even easier. We don't have to go outside to go to the bathroom. We can do it in the house, in the litter box. Yeah. I think you're right. I think they are the same. Here's the Two of Pentacles. I just feel like they're joined. It's one soul, one heart. That knot, can you see that? That is right on the heart chakra. That is right on the heart chakra. Three of Pentacles. Do you have three animals right now? Who's the three? Because she's having a blast. It's like she's like part of a happy family now. The dog in the first card looks like Chloe's eyes. She always acted like a cat. That's so interesting. Why am I getting three, though? Do you have three animals? Or was it 3 months ago? When did Mabel come to you? So 2 dogs passed. Mabel parties with the 2 dogs that passed. So the 2 dogs are still hanging around. They do. They check on us. And they come usually in the middle of the night. That's why cats go crazy in the middle of the night. They're running around. They're staring at the wall. And then they chase something you can't see. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's having fun at night hanging out with your 2 dogs. She knew them before. King of Pentacles. I very much think you are right that Chloe was the king, and now, king energy, king of Pentacles was their first owner of the land, and now it's Mabel, and she thinks she hit the mother load. She is thrilled with her life. Is there anything you want Mom to change, Mabel? Mabel, is there anything you want? I feel like she's got a real high-pitched, sweet voice. Not my Bella, who looked like a real snooty, like bitchy cat all the time. She came to me, she talked like a valley girl. Hi! It's so fun here! Your cat also, I feel, has a very high voice, but it's very sweet. Just very, very sweet. It's a sweet voice. Mabel, is there anything you want changed? Anything you don't like? Anything you don't like that about Mom? Where she sleeps. There's something about where she sleeps. And there's all these dogs. I think they bother her at night. She wishes she could sleep through the night. I think the dogs are bothering her at night for her, so she's tired a lot. Which cats are this? But they sleep like 16, 17 hours a day. But there's something about where she sleeps she's talking about. I think you're going to have to get her a special bed. I know she probably has 5 already, but she needs one more. Yeah, she misses... she's negotiating the spirit world in her world. But she's very connected. See, isn't that funny how they just keep showing up as the black and the white? Yin and yang. So I have a feeling, Chloe and Mabel, to answer your question, it's a definite yes in my world. And 2. I keep getting the 2s. There's 2. Yeah, there's multitudes because she can't sleep at night. They do keep her up. And there's something, she wants a different bed, or does she sleep in your bed? Maybe she wants more of your bed. Could be. Hey, Susan Crook from New Zealand. Welcome. We're reading about our pets who may be crossed over or not. We're just connecting with pets tonight. Or if you have a different question, you can ask it. And I really send my condolences to everybody who lost a pet, because it's hard. It's the same grief as sometimes I think it's even deeper, because they become a part of us. They're not another person. They're a part of us. And it's difficult when we lose them, because then we have to learn to function. I know I did. I didn't know how to do mourning, because my mourning was about the cats. Every morning was like, I got to get down to take care of the cats. And then when they weren't here, it was, what do I do now? How do I fill up this space in my routine? 20 years, doing the same thing. So it's part of, the grieving process is different in some ways. But, when people poo-poo, people are upset because they lost their pet. I know they just don't get it. They just don't get it. So you can't judge them. Let it go. They're missing out on something amazing. Carol, my dogs Tippy and Marina. Did Marina pass because my ex took her when we divorced? Does she know I loved her? Oh, you lost a dog in the divorce. All right, let's see. Marina. Tippy and Marina. Marina. All right, let's answer that first question. I'm going to do a yes or a no. That way we don't read too much into it. Yes or no. Did she pass because your husband took her when you got divorced? Did Marina pass due to circumstances of the divorce? Did you pass because of heartache or different treatment or a different routine, or you were confused? Yes or no? Upright is yes, reverse is no. 7 cards. Upright is yes, reverse is no. And anybody else, write your questions in. That's 7 cards. What do we have? No. There's 1 yes, 1 no, 2, 3 no's. Yes. No. No. No, absolutely not. 2, 4, 5. No. She did not pass because of that. All right, now next question. And like looking at the cards, that's funny, the 2 of Pentacles here. And the Magician is like trickster energy too. It means like good luck coming in, but it could also mean like tricky illusions or trickster energy or energy that is deceiving, like there's an illusion going on or some kind of deception going on. I think she was confused for sure. Underlying energy. 6 of Swords. No, she was... this is moving to a peaceful place. I think she felt once she settled down, she was at peace there. So it wasn't because of the move. It was whatever physically took her, because she had a peaceful life there. And maybe because she was no longer with 2 people who didn't get along, right? And our animals hear us argue, and I know my Bella would get very mad, even if we were joking around, and we're Italian, we're always getting loud, but she would climb up on the highest chair and get right in my face or my husband's face or my son's face, whoever was like loud, and she'd go meow, 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 meow. She'd yell at us. I miss that. So, Tippy and Marina. Does she know I loved her? Does Marina know you loved her? Yeah, that's the thing too, to lose a pet, like you wonder, do they think I abandoned them or I didn't care? Did Marina know? How did Marina feel about that towards Carol? What were Marina's feelings towards Carol? Now, Carol, if I get like the anger kind, like she was mad. She was sad. She was very sad. Ace of Cups. Oh, look at that dog. She was like, what's going on? But she got through it. She came full circle. All right, so at first she didn't understand, but there was a lot of love. Yeah, does she know you loved her? She just didn't understand, but then it all worked out. And when she passed, she certainly... There you are, right? She's thinking about you, and she checks in on you. So talk to her. And she knows from tonight how much you love her. 3 cards. That's 3 of Cups. Yeah, she's great now. She's great now. I just feel, I don't know how she died. I feel she had a very weak heart for some reason. Maybe that was the sadness I'm feeling. But I'm feeling weakness in the heart. But no, it was the communication she missed with you. But she knows you loved her, and she loved you very much. Everything came full circle and balanced, as we saw with the 6 of Swords. She found her peace with him in his life. And when she passed, I feel it was easy. I feel her transition was easy. I feel she had a lot of love on both sides. So, I feel that was easy. All right, Carol. Tippy. What about Tippy? My band had a Chihuahua named Tippy. It was the meanest, rottenest. He didn't like anybody. And then we bought him for our drummer, and our drummer didn't want him because he didn't want a Chihuahua. I don't know. Our drummer was lonely. We were away from home a lot. And so we pitched it. We bought this Chihuahua. I think it was all we could afford at the time. And the lady said nobody was adopting this dog. We felt bad. So here's the story. Our drummer didn't want the dog. He wanted a big dog. And we didn't know what we were going to do. So then our drummer, because he did miss home so much, decided to leave. and the new drummer came in, and that was the first person that Tippy liked, was the new drummer. And the drummer came in, and his wife was with him, and she was going to run our spotlight. And the wife loved the dog loved them, and they adopted Tippy. And Tippy lived like a king. They didn't have any children. Tippy was their child. So God works in mysterious ways, really does. They knew we had to get that dog to this new people coming in. I never knew. I met them, after an audition, and I hired them, and I hired his wife, and then they met Tippy, and it was love at first sight. Who knows, right? Tippy. Carol's Tippy. Carol's Tippy. Carol's Tippy. Aw, he's having a blast. He's playing. He's having a blast. He does miss life. He misses, I wouldn't be surprised, Carol, if you get another dog someday. And it could be Tippy. Because Tippy liked Earth. But he's having a great time. He misses the human cuddles and hugs and the food. He's talking about the food. He liked the food. He liked the treats. That's funny. He misses the food. I guess you gave Tippy good food, Carol. Well, Capaco, Italian. I bet you gave that dog some meatballs. We'll see. Do they pick their edits? Don't they send the next animal our way? I don't know for sure. I hear that's a possibility, and I heard that there's like a council of Oscar the dog told me, because he sits at this big desk when Oscar comes through to me. This dog sits at a desk, and he's got this real fancy bell that the owner and I have been looking for a bell for her, because I always talk about the bell on his desk, and he wants her to have a bell. Those old hotel bells. It's very ornate brass with the wooden base. I see it so specifically. And I did find one on eBay. It was quite expensive. But we're looking for, I'll just keep checking eBay. I'm sure it'll pop up at some point. But he was telling me he directs who's coming and going. Very interesting. And he sits at this big, when he comes to me, I see him at this big desk. And I only see his snout, or sometimes I'll just see an ear. He just gives me a piece of what he looked like, so I know his energy. Because they don't stay in that form. I do know that. They're free. They're into spirit. They're light. Whatever that looks like. I don't know. Talk to Roland Comtois. I'm not sure. I also want to know, do they send, or do they send? Let me ask the cards. Being that you're asking the question, let me ask that question. Do they pick their edits, or do they send the next animal our way? Also, I want to know if they send us the next animals. Okay. I'm going to ask a yes or no. Do our deceased animals send us specific animals? Once they pass, do they pick out who we're getting? Are they all part of the soul family? Do our animals who have passed have any say, or all the say, in who comes to us after they pass? Do our animals pick who comes to us after they pass? Do our animals pick who comes to us after they pass? Let's see. And hey guys, I have to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. You guys just show up. I'm like, oh, it's late. I was thinking of every excuse in the book. It's late. Nobody's going to want to stay up. And whatever. I appreciate you and I thank you. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, the bell, comment, do all that good stuff. I'm working hard here. Knight of Wands, reversed, upright. So 2 yeses and a no. 2 yeses, 2 nos, 3 yeses, 3 no's. There's the deal breaker. I don't think it's a set way. So I got 4 yeses, which is a yes they do, but there's a however or a but. I believe that there are exceptions. Okay, I believe there are exceptions because I'm getting the moon, so that's illusion, and the Knight of Wands, somebody being in control or bringing the message. Who's the messenger? So they're not always in charge, but for the most part, yes. Yes. Oh, that was good. Thanks for asking that question. Thanks for asking that question. So for the most part, it's a yes. But it's a 4 out of 7. It's not a 6 or a 5 out of 7, which a 6 or a 7 out of 7, I would say absolutely just them. But because it's 4 out of 7, I would say there's a but or a however in there. There's leeway. So there are exceptions. We had a dog that we had to give up. We don't know what happened to her. I left her when she passed, or is she still happy with her adopted family? Did she have a name, Jennifer? That's tough. I know we had to leave. We moved to New York and we left our cat with a friend, and they moved to Cranston. They lived across the street from us, so we thought, oh, that's good. She's in the neighborhood. They moved to Cranston from Johnston, so what is that, like 15 miles maybe? And they called us in New York to tell us that she ran away, and we figured she was dead. And then at Christmas time, about 3 months later, our neighbors called and said she was in the neighborhood and everybody was feeding her. So I don't know what happened to her, but she was a great cat. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay. It's Mabel. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just have to scroll through and get any questions. Susan, if you have a question. Hi, I have some pets that have passed over. My dogs, Harry and Ralph and Tina. Are they happy? Not sure what to ask for animals. Okay, I'm going to answer that if you're still here. I'm going to answer Jennifer Parnell. Her name was Karma. Oh, wow. Jennifer Parnell. Brownie, can you help me with this? Buddy, help me with this, Brownie and Buddy. Where's Karma? First of all, just 3 cards. Is Karma still alive? Is Karma still alive? Is Karma the dog still alive? Is Karma the dog? I got a no. That just, I was going to pick 3 cards, but that's a no. No, she's not. Okay. What kind of a life did she end up with? What was her life like? How did she end up? How was Karma's life? Can you give us Karma? Maybe you're here now. Maybe you're with Brownie and Buddy. What's going on up there? Karma. What kind of life did you have after being with Jennifer, the Parnells? After being with the Parnells, what was life like? It's interesting, isn't it? It's pretty interesting. It was a little worrisome. It was not as secure. 9 of Swords reversed. Judgment reversed. So it wasn't a good, if Judgment was upright, I'd say that's a second chance. It was like a good second chance. I guess there were other dogs. I think she was just kind of in the pack. Or just, it was just not good. But she held on to your love. She did hold on to your love. Oh, and then it got better. Oh, that's good. Whew. All right, so at first, I think she was very confused in the beginning. And it was, maybe, was she in a pound? Or was she with a family with a lot of other dogs at first? But then it got better. Then it took a turn for the better. Wheel of Fortune. Five of Swords reversed. Yeah, it was a good, then it was a good deal. It was a good choice. It was a good turn. Oh, yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Whew. Oh, my heart was breaking right here. I was like, oh, God, looks awful. This actually looks like she went into a pound or a family with a lot of other animals, and she didn't know where she was. But then everything turned for the better. It was a good choice. She was well taken care of. She was like a queen. So, oh, thank God for karma, huh? All right. Susan Crook. I have some pets that have passed over. My dogs, Harry and Ralph. Oh, I love those names. And Tina. Are they happy? Harry, Ralph, and Tina. Let's do 5, 3, 2, 1. Harry, Ralph, and Tina. All dogs. Harry, Ralph, and Tina. What's going on with Harry, Ralph, and Tina? If you're there for Susan Crook. Susan Crook. Harry, Ralph, and Tina. New Zealand. Harry, Ralph, and Tina. I'm so glad. I don't know if you guys know. I did post it, but President Trump did do a great thing. I know, half the country is one way, half the other is the other. But one thing I know we can all agree on. He's really cracking down on animal abuse and animal testing and he got those bills passed. It's about time. What have all our other presidents been doing, letting that go? Because so many animals have suffered abuse, and it's not allowed in other countries. Do you know that Sweden just passed a bill you can't leave your cat alone all day? And that we were always of the mindset like cats are cool. You could just leave them alone. They sleep all day. But Sweden passed a law you can't leave your cats alone. So cats and dogs. And I know when we were in Scandinavia, one thing I noticed, it was Switzerland. We'd go into a supermarket and people would have their dogs in the supermarket. No leashes. The dogs were all, and no interaction. The dogs were with their owners. They were well behaved. They were listening to commands or using hand commands. In restaurants, there were the babies are parked outside in their carriages. This is in the 80s, by the way, guys. Could have changed by now, but back in the 80s, the carriages were lined up, and it was cold. I was there from October to December. It got cold, and the carriages were there. They were the kind that had the lids on them, and you couldn't really see the baby or wondering how they were breathing, but they were there. They would park the babies in a row, and they'd go into the store or the market, but the dogs went in. Very, very different laws are around the world about animals. You have to know what they are. We got her from another lady. I had to give her up too, but she was given to a rescue. Okay. So, yeah, she was in a pound. She was not too good for a little bit, and then she ended up with a really, somebody took her in and took very, very good care of her. All right, Harry, Ralph, and Tina. Sounds like a musical group. I'm going to do 5, 3, 2, 1. Harry, Ralph, and Tina. What's going on, Harry, Ralph, and Tina? Two of Pentacles. I think just two of them are together. King of Swords. Yeah, they're not communicating with one. Did they all get along, or was there one who didn't get along? That's interesting, huh? Or one who didn't like the other two. Because Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's one off on their own. One of them has a big job. One of them is like a bigwig, so has a lot of responsibility. The golden child one. Is that Tina? Interesting. But the other two are still together. Yeah, 2, 2, 2. I got another 2. But they don't communicate. They're not communicating with whoever the bigwig was. Wow. Oh, like, here's three of them here. 10. So maybe they weren't together at first. Hold on. Harry, Ralph, and Tina. 10 of Pentacles. That's like, they're great. Better than great. All three are better than great. One of them has a big job, though. One of them is a big kahuna. The other two are together playing. They don't have much communication with the third one. But they're all good. Oh, there it is. There's Ace of Swords. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune. Three of Cups. Yeah, they're separated. Are there three dogs here or two? Two separated. Then, all right, so they're not all together. Was it Ralph who was very sick? Ralph who was sick? Was it Ralph who had the toughest time? One of them had a very tough time at the end. Oh yeah, they're very happy. Look at that. They got 10 of Cups here, happily ever after. But they're not all three together. I think they came together at some point, but one of them has a big job. I feel it's Tina. And I feel that I don't have much on Harry. I feel like Harry's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm having fun. It's easy here. Ralph, though, I was like, oh, I'm so glad. Almost relieved that he's there because he had pain. If he's the one who had a lot of body pain, like I feel like it's arthritis or something. It's like his whole body hurt. Whichever one one of them, their body hurt and they're relieved. The other one's having a blast. So those two are together. The third one, I think, is Tina, is running the show. Big kahuna. But all three, happily ever after. Yeah, happily ever after. Do you have a cat, Jennifer? Do you have a cat, or are you getting a cat? Or is a cat going to show up on your door? You better let me know when that happens, because I think it is going to happen at some point. I think it is. Wow, that was interesting to me, for me anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Does anyone have any other questions about life, about boyfriends, about one was sick at the end, one had to be put down. They all lived to a long age. Yeah, one had arthritis. Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right. So what, anybody have a general question like to ask the animals or about anything else? I still got a little bit in me. What do you got? Where's Tink? I bet she went to bed. Where is Tink? I'm going to read for Tinkerbell because she was here. Jackie Russo. I know she said hi. I am going to read for Tink. How's Tink feeling these days? How is Tink feeling these days? Very happy. She's a happy dog. She's just very happy. What is that? Oh yeah, she doesn't want to go anywhere. She likes staying home with Mom. She likes being with Mom. Aww. She does a lot of thinking. Oh, you got all that. I was like, she wants to go out more, and I thought about it. You're in the Northeast. I guess the snow has hindered her a little bit. She doesn't have any regrets. That's reversed. The devil. What is she afraid of? She feels like she's stuck. Yeah, she feels like she's stuck in the house or something. She wants She wants it to get nicer out so she can run and play and do her thing. The devil card is like you feel like you're trapped. Aw. 6 of Pentacles. Your heart, look at that card. Jackie Russo, look at that. Your heart's are one. Look at that. It even looks a little bit like Tink. That's actually what Tinkerbell kind of looks like, right? Little white fur ball. Your heart, her heart, totally balanced. Totally balanced. She loves her life. Aww. Oh, she's telling you, Miss Russo, there's going to be an unexpected opportunity coming your way. She wants you to get ready, but she misses outside, that's all. She misses being able to go out more and play. But I think all the animals and the children are feeling that. All right? I hope everybody's good. While I'm in the energy, if nobody else has a question, let's write a question. I just want to ask, how are my Stella and Bella doing? How is Stella and Bella? If you're around, come in. Calling Stella and Bella. Give me a heads up, thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. There they are. The 2 of Cups. Fighting over the food. Nothing's changed. See, that makes me laugh. That why that card? You know, because they did. I used to have to pretend I was opening a can for Bella because God forbid if I split a can, she had to have her own can. And then she would go to Stella's bowl immediately as soon as Stella's bowl got put down, because Bella's bowl had to be put down first, then Stella's bowl. And Stella wouldn't go to her bowl and eat out of it, though. Stella would just wait and let her eat all the food, and then Stella would eat what was left. Stella did okay. Oh, they're fine. I knew they were fine. Oh, yeah, they're having a blast. Look at that. See, they talk to us, and they're with us. They know what's going on more than we do. They came here for a reason. They don't want you walking around carrying guilt or regret. They want you to be happy, living your life in peace, safe, and protected. And that's why they came to us. So whatever role they had to play, whatever sacrifices they made, that's what they signed up for. That was part of their deal. So know that and let go of all that guilt and regret and all that stuff. I thank all the animals for coming in tonight. And the one that was sick at that, I had a vivid dream at the time my father was told to wake up, and I woke up, it was a nightmare. Then I started feeling dark. Oh, your dad was telling you. Oh, boy. So, yeah, they talk to us in our dreams. They'll visit us in our dreams. They're around, I feel, more than our human spirits. Other mediums may disagree with me, but I feel like our animals are more accessible. So I call on them a lot. I call on Jennifer Parnell's dog Brownie a lot because he's very vocal. And I think just like spirits, like Carol Capaco's, her father's very, very vocal. And he'll let me know when he's angry and not happy about something. But her mother is not. She's a little more timid and laid back. So everybody has, everybody's energy is different. But our animals are freer. Then they're unencumbered by all the human restrictions and judgments that we put out. So they're freer. Call on them when you need help. You know, and I had a dog last week that was, nobody could figure out what was wrong with this dog. We still don't know, really. Hopefully the second opinion that the dog, Brownie, told me the dog needs another opinion, a different doctor, different meds. So they'll talk to me and they'll give me information for the situation. So you could talk to them just like I did. And if you feel, when you ask your question, if you feel your body moving forward, you know they're there. You know they're part of you. If you feel energy like in the shoulders or in the crown of your head, you'll know they're here. Sit with it a minute, say, oh, what's that? And just feel it. and get used to it. So when it comes in, you'll know, oh, spirit's here, spirit's around. I don't always do that myself, and I should, because I know I'm feeling it more and more as time goes on, and I mistake it sometimes for being tired, or, oh, I think I'm coming down with something. And sometimes it's just whatever ailment they had, I immediately feel it, like I felt with the dog with the arthritis. All of a sudden, I was aware of all my bones in the joints. So the dog was letting me know that's how the dog felt at the end. It was like, oh, everything hurt, and now that the dog's passed, now I don't feel that anymore. So pay attention, sit quietly and breathe and feel it and enjoy the experience. It's quite interesting how they will communicate. All right, guys, I send you lots of love. I will be doing some financial readings. I'll be posting them. Hopefully I get them done tomorrow. I'm going to try. I might at least get the water signs and maybe the air signs done tomorrow, or the Virgo signs, the earth signs. I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, take good care of yourselves. Let go of the fear. Don't buy into the fear. Don't buy into the divisiveness. Let it all play out. It's all going on. And as long as you stay safely in your bubble and fill it with love, fill it with roses and butterflies and joy, fill it with the memories and the feelings and the warmth of your animals, and you'll be fine. Sending you love and light.